through the back. So we creepin', caps are blue, so you know that we peeking in our bag for the night.
Welcome y'all to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm your host, Steve. And today I got my dog here with me. He's always behind the camera. But today I said, you know what? I made an executive decision. I said, nah, man. Fuck being behind the camera, man. We need you in front of the camera. He's one of the most intellectual dudes that I know. He's smart, funny, real relaxed. Welcome to the podcast, my dog, Scooty Scoot.
Thank you for having me,
Scooter's here with me, man.
We out here.
For sure, man, for sure. Thank you for coming, man.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Absolutely. So, this episode, man, we're starting it off heavy, man. We're starting it off heavy. It wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about it. These mass shootings, bro.
Yeah, it's been a heavy week.
It's been a lot. And for the people who don't know what mass shootings consist of, it's 4 or more people shot, killed, or not killed, injured within a shooting. So 4 or more people shot or injured due to a shooting. That's what a mass shooting consists of. And we've had a lot, bro.
Yeah. We've had, 3 this week?
Right.
3 just since Sunday night?
Correct. And based off of statistics and all that, man, we've had 340 mass shootings alone in 2023.
340. How many days of the year have we? We're not even 200 days.
I think we're almost halfway. We're the halfway point of the year. And we've had more mass shootings than we've had days.
When are we just going to say that we have a problem?
I don't know. I don't know, bro, cuz honestly, man, like it seems like nobody cares. It seems like it's about money. Cuz we have a problem when it comes to guns.
Big problem.
You know what I mean? And these politicians, I guess they get paid off by the NRA.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't know, but for me, the logic I always think of is like, it could be your child also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because all these politicians, like, yeah, they make money and all that, but not all of their kids go to great schools to where they have like CIA and Secret Service behind them, watching them 24/7. So you would think to yourself, like, yo, what if it was my kid? Like, I put myself in those families' shoes. Like, yo, what if, it's the same thing. Like, what if, one of my kids' classmates decide that, you know what? My parents have access to guns. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bring a gun to school and I'm going to go ham. You know what I'm saying? So it for me, it's just kind of like, how come they don't put themselves in our shoes?
Well, I think a part of it is that they bank on it not happening to them. They can't relate. They really can't relate. We know people who have, been succumbed to gun violence, right? I'm sure. And they haven't. So I don't think that they can relate to the level that we can and like have that level of empathy. I think that they really truly bank on it not happening to them.
That's weird.
It's super weird.
That's weird, bro.
It's super weird.
That's weird. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't have to be, school.
Yeah.
You go to the mall.
You go grocery shopping.
You go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There is no safe space when it comes to these mass shootings and these killings.
Yeah.
Before it would be like, yo, church, that would never happen.
Yep.
Church was the most safest place you can go to, and you would like, you know what? I can do whatever I want. I can just be free, thoughtless. It's just me and whoever you pray to.
Yep.
But now it's kind of like, yeah, you go to church, you still got to watch your back.
Metal detectors.
Essentially, pray with one eye open.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
think about that. That's crazy.
I mean, and it's kind of like, this is what we've become. This is what we've become. So it's only in America that we have this issue. Other countries, there's mass shootings. It happen, but it doesn't happen this frequent.
To this volume, we have to be like triple, at least, from the second country that has the second most
Right.
You know, mass shootings.
Right.
At least triple. 340 mass shootings in 100-something days is disgusting.
Right.
It's nothing short of disgusting.
Yeah. And it's like I'm at a loss for words when it comes to this shit because
Yeah.
I'm trying to like rationalize like and put myself in these politicians' shoes and kind of like try to look at from their scope, their lens. You know what I mean? And let's read off. Let's see what recent mass shootings we have. We've had one in Philadelphia.
Yep.
5 people killed, 2 wounded,
Yep.
including a 2-year-old boy and a 13-year-old boy.
The 2-year-old boy got injured because this dude saw his mother driving him and his brother in the car and shot into the car.
That's
sick.
wild. That's
Shooting
wild.
at women and children.
That's wild. That's wild. And the gun that they used, guess what? Guess, guys, let's take a guess of what gun that this person used. AR-15.
Yep.
If you guessed AR-15, yes, you're right.
You are correct.
And this is the question for me, Scooter. It's the same gun all the time.
95% of the time. If we were to take a poll,
Yes.
had to be.
Yes. So let's read off the gun the mass shootings that has been an AR-15 has been used in a mass shooting. Let's start with the recent one.
Okay.
Uvalde, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
19 people killed. 19 students killed.
2 teachers.
Yes. 2 teachers. After that, Buffalo. 10 people killed.
That one hits home, too.
Right.
Yeah, that we'll get into it, I'm sure, but that Buffalo one hits home.
Right. Then we have, after that, we have Stoneman Douglas High School. That's back in 2018 in Florida. 17 people killed.
Jeez, man.
Then we have 2017, Sutherland Springs, the Texas church shooting. 26 people killed.
Church.
October 1st, 2017, Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I know you remember that
I remember
one.
this one vividly. Yeah.
Right. 58. 58 people killed. And it would have been more. I watched the 2020 story on that.
Yeah.
It would have been more, but one of the security guards found the guy. He was reloading and it was
He fought him off, right? Or something like
I think they came into the room. He didn't fight him off. He seen where he was at because he was in a room where nobody knew where he was at. They didn't know where the shooting was coming from, but just so happened he heard it, and it was just it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
I suggest you guys, if you guys haven't watched it, the 2020, go on the ABC app and you can watch that. But it's just wild how this person, and the dude just looked like a regular guy.
Yeah.
He looked like a regular guy. I believe he came from money. He had money. He just came with a bunch of suitcases into the hotel and just started going crazy.
There was a big festival going on
Right,
out there. He
right.
just was picking people off.
Right. So 58 people with that. 2 others later died from their injuries. So what? We talking about 60 people.
Yeah.
So
60 people.
60
in a
people.
matter of
Right.
a few minutes.
Right. And then we have 2016, the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida.
I remember this one too. Yep.
49.
Jeez.
49 people dead.
49.
December 2nd, San Bernardino, California shooting. 14 people.
Yep. That was another big one.
And the last one, obviously, this one takes the cake. It hits home for me because, I have small children. Sandy Hook. 27 people killed.
27 elementary school kids, right?
Elementary school kids, and I believe there was a couple teachers or so. But majority were kids, were babies.
27. For what?
So for me, man, honestly, after all these I've read off to you, and I'm sure there's more.
Oh yeah.
There's more killings that happened. It may not have been an AR-15 in particular, but if it was another assault rifle like this style, maybe an AK-47 or something else. I mean, something of this magnitude.
High-powered rifle.
Right. You can't help but to sit and ask yourself, after reading all this and seeing how many people have died from this style of weapon, you can't help but to ask yourself, why are we still selling this?
How can people access this high-powered assault rifle?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I honestly think it has to do with money. They're making so much money off of this to where they're turning a blind eye. It's kind of like, whatever.
Bro, they are taking these weapons and fighting wars.
Right.
No civilian should have we don't have access to a lot of stuff that they use to fight wars.
Absolutely.
But these big ass guns,
right.
This is sick.
Right. And for me, it doesn't make sense. And I think we're too far gone for me to say, you know what, let's just get rid of guns.
Yeah. Nah, we can't.
We can't get rid of that. I mean, I'd be an idiot to sit here and say that.
Yeah.
But an AR-15, I think we can get rid of that.
We can get rid of it or just make it a little bit more difficult to access it. Because I do think we are too far gone. I totally agree with you. And my real opinion is to get rid of these shits.
Right.
But we know how it is. I think that just make it a little bit more difficult to get. Like, an 18-year-old shouldn't be able to walk into Walmart and get an AR-15.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
A 35-year-old should be able to just walk in Walmart on a Tuesday afternoon, stroll in, and get an AR-15.
Absolutely.
There should be classes. There should be regulations. You got to study this for X amount of time before you graduate to the next level, until you graduate to the next level to be able to access something that high powered.
Right.
That can rip through human body like nothing.
Right.
But then when we say stuff like that, people take it as, oh, you're trying to ban our guns. You're trying to take our rights away from us.
No, the thing for me, bro, honestly, is
blows my mind.
You don't need an AR-15 to go hunting.
Surely don't.
You don't need an AR-15 just to protect your family.
You surely do not.
So what do we need it for? It's not necessary for the everyday life that we all live. You do not need that. You're fine. You can have a Glock. You can have your shotguns. You can have your little rifles to go hunting and do all that.
Yep.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. But an AR-15, I think an AR-15 should and only be used by military, law enforcement.
Stops there.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's no other reason for having that type of weapon.
There really isn't. And I would even argue that some law enforcement don't even need it.
Absolutely.
You know?
And only reason why law enforcement would need it is like, okay, the SWAT team has to come through or something like that. Or this is like something going on where it's like, you know what, we need to combat with someone else with a high-powered weapon. Only reason.
Now think about their training process.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
Joe Blow can't just be a SWAT team member.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yep.
And so for me, it just makes me think like, yo, it has to be something else going on to where they're not thinking like us. It's common sense.
It is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna be honest here, it's common sense. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, like, all right, well, we don't need these type of weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, it makes me look at things a little bit differently. Like, is it purpose? Like, is it purposeful? Like, them having that type of weapon out there? Like, all right, yo, population control? Or it just makes you think that, yo, there's something bigger going on because it's common sense, bro.
Yeah, it is. It makes me think about, it really makes me sick to my stomach, if I'm being 100% honest. But it makes me think about, like you're saying, there's something bigger. Is there a different type of agenda? Is there, we can get into conspiracy bags.
Right.
But no theory makes sense to me why anybody should have an assault rifle.
Correct.
None of them.
Correct.
None of them. So I would like to hear from like these politicians or people like, what is so attractive about this AR-15 when it's causing so much harm to the people that you're supposed to be protecting?
Yeah. And then they're gonna hit you with the
right to bear arms.
Right to bear arms. It's not the guns, it's mental health. You know, we need to do further background checks. Like, I'm all for that.
100%.
I am all for that.
100%.
But how about we just do both?
Yeah.
How about we ban it and we do mental health?
Absolutely.
And better background checks.
Yep.
It doesn't change anyone's life. If they came out today and said, you know what, guys, no more AR-15s.
The world might be a better place.
Right. Right. No one would care, bro. Nobody one would give a shit. No one would be like, oh, my AR-15, what am I going to do? I'm going to die. You know, how am I going to feed my kids without an AR-15? Nah, bro.
That's not happening.
No one's going to care. Everyone will be like, all right, well, you know, I guess I got to buy a Glock now instead of getting an AR-15. Whatever. I mean, so that's my thing, man. And it's kind of like, it's the same weapons, and it happens all the time. You guys have to, it has to be common knowledge. You guys have to do something. We have to do something.
We have to do something. And what stood out to me about this Philly one, which is really, this is the first time I've heard of this. Maybe you've heard of it. I was reading that they said my man used a ghost gun. You heard of ghost gun?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it consists of.
So from what I read, a ghost gun is the person's ability to buy I'm drawing a blank, the parts of a gun, like how you can buy parts of a car or anything. Right. You can buy the parts of the gun online. They ship you the parts, and you can build these guns yourself. So, which is like not unheard of. People build guns, but now these guns become untraceable. Ghost guns.
Right.
So they're building these guns, and say that they never caught up with this guy. Right. This guy is shooting people. You can't trace it. You don't have no serial number. Right. The bullets don't have serial numbers. Right. So now you're untrackable.
Right.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know how that's actually legal.
How is that legal?
I don't understand. And I feel like we live in a world where there's technology and all that. If you're seeing someone purchasing these parts, it's the same way, you know, people looking up on the line how to build a bomb and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Or, you know, they find the people when they're trying to terrorist and trying to enlist terrorists and all that stuff.
Yep.
They find them, they have them on the list, and
they're tracking them.
They're tracking them.
Yep.
I don't know how they don't track these people.
Bro, it blew my mind. I hadn't heard about it until I was reading about it today.
Yeah.
Ghost guns. Yeah. AR-15 you could build.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild, man. And it just keeps getting darker and deeper and just scarier. You know what I mean? Like, it's at the point to where it's kind of like, man, can you go anywhere?
For real.
And not feel safe? And because
for real.
If we're going to be for real, we're at the point where every time you leave the house, you don't know whether you're going to come home.
Yep.
We're really at that point. We're really there. Like, you don't know whether you're going to, like, every time you come back in the house, whether it's a supermarket, whether it's church, whether it's school, you don't know whether you're going to come home. Like, I dropped my son off to school, and you really got to, I drop him, like, I drop my kid off and I pray for him.
Yeah. Yep.
You mean? And it's like one of the craziest things, man, because growing up, we didn't have to go through that shit.
Absolutely not.
We didn't have to go. We didn't have to think of, like, okay, most we did was a fire drill.
Yeah.
Just in case a fire happened.
Just in case a fire happened.
You know?
We didn't start doing lockdowns until after Columbine.
Right.
Which was scary to even practice lockdowns at that point in time.
Correct. And a situation happened with my son, and he came home. No, the school sent an email, and they said the kid, someone wrote on the wall, I'm going to shoot the school up tomorrow.
Jeez. Remind me what grade your son is in again?
My son is he's going to the 8th grade. He was in 7th.
Jeez.
So a 7th grader wrote on the wall, I'm going to shoot this school up.
7th grade.
7th grade.
12, 13 years old.
Yes. And to me, in my mind, I'm just kind of like, whatever, man, that's bullshit. But we live in a climate now where you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. And, the part that really struck me, and I think a lot of parents could relate to this, when I dropped my son off to school, there was cops there. And they were checking his bag and patting my son down.
Yeah.
A 12-year-old has to be... my son is being subjected to this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 12. And cops are patting him down.
Searching him.
Checking his book bag. Like, I get it. At the same time, it's like, all right, cool. They're taking a safety precaution. That's fine. Yeah. But at the same time, you can't help but to feel like, come on, man. Why my kid got to be subjected to this type of stuff, man?
Just to go to school.
Just to go to school.
Just to go to school.
So for me, it's just kind of like, it just makes me question, like, what are we doing? Yeah. Where is this society going to?
We moving backwards, man.
We're absolutely moving backwards.
We're moving backwards.
For sure, man. And
it's very scary.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And, and we're not going to, before we move on, we got to talk about the 2 other mass shootings. Mm-hmm. The one in Fort Worth, I believe that was Texas.
Yep.
3 people killed.
Yep.
8 wounded at a local festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had the other one, Monday night shooting. This one was in Baltimore.
Yep. Brooklyn neighborhood of Baltimore.
2 people died, and 28 injured. And about half of them were children.
Half. One of the people that died was an 18-year-old young lady.
It's just, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to say. But before we switch off this topic, one thing I will say, just because it's not a cop killing us, just because it's not a person of a different ethnicity, if I can get the word out, we should still be up in arms.
We definitely should be. We need to hold ourselves accountable as well. We have to do better. And I'm saying we as black folk.
Correct.
We have to do better. And we have to hold ourselves accountable. Right. This is crazy.
Right. Like, I mean, so just because it's not them doing
it, yep.
We still should be mad. We still should be angry. We still should be protesting. The same way that if the George Floyd and all that stuff, we still should be protesting. Okay, cool. It's not another cop. It's not a white person. It's not someone that doesn't look like us. But if it's us still killing us, we still should be protesting against these gun manufacturers, these gun companies.
Yeah.
I mean, we still should be angry.
We still should be.
There should be any reasons kind of like, whatever. It's not another black person that's killing another black person. Nah, man.
We got to hold ourselves accountable. The guy in Philly I read said his motive was he wanted to clean up the neighborhood. That was his way of trying to clean up the neighborhood. We got to do better. We have to do better.
That's wild.
That's crazy. This is a black dude.
The way I clean up this neighborhood is that I'm going to just
mow people down.
Yeah, just mow people down. Kids, adults.
And if that was a white person who had come in or somebody else.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we got to have the same energy.
Come on, bro. If a white person had came in and did this, all hell would have broke loose.
Absolutely.
All hell would have broke loose. They would have been protesting. It would have been all over the news. It would have been CNN and all that. We need to keep that same energy, regardless of whoever it is.
100% of the time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, yo, guys, like, let's not forget or not realize what the bigger picture is.
Yep.
The bigger picture is saving lives.
Protecting each other.
Loving each other. Treating each other with respect.
Community.
And also I hate this snitching factor because people will post things on the line, right? And people won't say nothing.
Yep. Won't say anything.
And then what happens, they'll commit a mass shooting or they'll commit a killing and be like, oh, yeah, you know what? I seen this on their Instagram.
He was acting funny.
He was acting. Say something, bro.
Yeah.
Say something. You can save a life, bro. It's not about snitching. It's about protecting each other and protecting yourself.
If I'm going to be called a snitch to save an 18-year-old little girl's life or a 2-year-old boy who hasn't harmed a fly in his life, I'll be a snitch 100 every day of the week.
It's the same.
I'll be a snitch.
Same, bro. Same, bro. Because it's like at the end of the day, man, we're trying to live up to these codes, these street codes and all that. Like, yo, majority are not street people. Y'all just regular, average citizens trying to protect yourselves and go home and feed your families.
And look cool.
You know what I mean? Say something, bro. Protect the community, man. Protect yourself. Yep. Because at the end of the day, a bullet ain't got no name on it. It ain't got no name on it. And as you can see, all these shootouts, all these things that's happening, a lot of random people get hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you see something, say something. Protect your community. Because at the end of the day, you don't say something, your community is going to be the same shit that it was before.
Yep.
Do something, say something, man. Moving on. Moving on. So they found a white substance.
We could laugh this time, right?
We could laugh. we could laugh.
This is hilarious.
They found a white substance in the White House. And they found the white substance and they went to go, they tested it. Like they didn't know what it was.
Right.
And it came back that it was cocaine.
I got a question about this whole shit. What took so long for them to find some cocaine at the White House?
But for me, the question is, for real, Scooter, like, the question is, it's like, it's the White House.
Yep.
And anything that happens in the White House, I'm sure there's been a lot of things that happen at the White House.
Absolutely.
We don't know about it.
Oh, yeah.
But they find a bag of cocaine in the White House. And this makes the news.
It makes the news. It's everywhere. Did they say how big the bag was?
Did they say? No, they didn't.
I don't think they said. I didn't hear it.
They didn't tell us how many grams of cocaine.
Was it some weight?
Yeah. Was it an 8-ball? You know? What is it? Was it a little personal bag?
Biden got the keys now?
Yo. So I don't know what, the testing it for me is wild because it's like, it made me think, what, you thought that shit was anthrax or something? Like, right. Come on, bro. Come on, man. We know what it was, man. And it was crazy because the headline was like, oh, they found a white substance in the White House. As soon as I said, oh, that's cocaine.
That's coke.
That's cocaine.
We know they work long hours. We know they be trying to stay up.
Come on.
We know how them people like to get down.
Correct, man.
Can we also stop like trying to paint these politicians and all these people that work in the White House and on the government as these stiff, like straight edge?
Right.
These people party, and they party harder than most of us.
Because they have more money than us.
They got more money.
And they have more access.
And they like that cocaine.
Yes, they do.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
And if this is your first time hearing this, step outside a little bit more.
Right. Because these people, they watch CNN and MSNBC and Fox, and they think, oh, yeah, these people, they would never. Cocaine? Nancy Pelosi does cocaine? Huh?
The AOC knows how to dance?
What?
Yo, like, come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Let's partying.
Let's be for real. Hey, man. Let's be for real, man. Pence, Trump, all of them. They all dibble and dabble. Come on, man. We've seen Trump back in the 80s.
We got footage of Trump.
We got footage of Trump in the 80s outside.
Way outside.
So you telling me your man Trump was grabbing pussies, but he wasn't doing cocaine, though?
That the dead sober pussy grab?
Come on, man.
Not Trump.
Come on, man. He admitted, yo, yeah, you know, the women like when you grab their pussy. So it was like, yo.
Nasty work, man.
Come on, man. So you think he wasn't under the influence when he wasn't doing that? It wasn't just liquor, y'all.
Nah. Was not just
It wasn't
liquor.
just cognac.
The other funny part about this is they had a whole press briefing.
Yes. Yes.
Talking about this zippered bag of white substance.
Right.
Man.
Right. And then the funniest thing I've seen was on IG, someone said, you cannot call him Sleepy Joe and be mad that he has cocaine. Do you want him up or not? You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, the internet ain't never going to stop having the jokes, which is hilarious.
and it's
It's
right.
so
I mean, like, yo, homie, he's always
Joe.
sleep.
Yeah.
He's always sleep, and it's kind of like, you know, it doesn't take a scientist to know what the cocaine do for you.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So it's just wild, man. But I also think that they released this shit out on purpose.
I think so too. Yeah. Something else is going on.
They released it out on purpose.
They probably trying to take some of that heat off the affirmative action.
Yeah.
all
The
bullshit.
student loan shit,
Student
getting, I mean, all that. So it's kind of like, yo, I can see like the media manager, the PR motherfucker walking in and be like, yo, I got an idea.
Let's play some coke here.
Let's plant some coke here. And said someone came in here and dropped a bag of coke. That's the new mystery of the White House.
Jesus.
Man, that shit lasted a week and nobody gave a fuck, man.
The White
So,
House, that's
nobody
the
cares,
real, the
bro.
White House now.
Nobody cares, bro. You mean fix the affirmative action, get these student loans fixed. I mean, do something about, all the shit that's going on. Nobody cares about a little fucking bag of coke in the White House, man. You guys probably have it in your desk anyway, so
Absolutely.
who cares?
100%.
All right. Moving on. Next, we got Threads.
Taking the world by storm.
What? I'm guilty.
Me too.
I
Hey.
downloaded that shit ASAP.
Quick, ASAP.
I did it for the podcast, y'all. I didn't do it for just cause. I did it for the podcast. People hit me with like, yo, get on Threads. Like, yo, you can get your followers up. I said, all right, cool. Let's do this.
You gonna get your shit off on there though.
I mean, hey.
You gonna get your shit
I
off
mean,
on
I hope so. Follow me on Threads, y'all.
Yeah, me too.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
follow
So-
us on Threads.
So the shit dropped on July 5th, man.
Yeah.
And as of this morning, 30 million signups.
That's crazy. Damn.
30 million.
24 hours. Today, what's today? My days are all messed
It's
up.
today's the 7th.
Today's the 7th. So
Yeah.
the day after the 5th. Wow.
Yeah, 30 million.
Oh, as of this morning.
As of this morning.
As of this, so
This
in 2
morning.
days.
2 days.
30 million.
30 million.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a record.
Has to be.
Most signups in 48 hours?
Yeah.
Damn, 30 million.
And you can just tell how thirsty, and then what how thirsty motherfuckers are right now
Oh my
nowadays,
God.
man. Like, it's just like we live in a copycat society, so it's just wild to me. Like, yo, Threads,
Threads.
I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Let me freak the algorithm.
right,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, this shit's a copy and paste of Twitter.
They weren't even low about it.
Yo, they didn't even change anything, bro. It's the same feed.
Should
It's just
start with a T.
right. It's just a different color. Different color, minus the bird,
Yo,
bro.
Mark Zuckerberg is a motherfucker, dog.
But that's just America for you, bro.
is.
That's just America for you,
Thieving wins.
right?
Yo,
Right.
if
It's-
you're a stone cold thief, you gonna win.
right. I mean, because MySpace was first.
Yep.
Then Facebook came through and said, "Yo,
Give me that.
give me that. Let me go. I'm gonna make some tweaks to it." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then boom. And then, Instagram, then fucking Snapchat, Vine, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, yo, and it doesn't stop, man. It doesn't stop.
You take from your competitors and see, what works and kind of put your own twist to it. But
Right.
they didn't really put a
They didn't
twist
put
to it.
there was no twist that happened.
There was no twist.
Absolutely zero twist. They they just straight copy and paste. Someone online, they had like the control alt and the Control Alt and C, whatever. They hit. It was like, yo, this is what Thread is.
This shortcut.
This is the shortcut for Thread. This is exactly what Threads did to Twitter. Boop.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, like it's just wild. But my question for you, Scooter, like, bro, do you think that Threads is gonna be explicit as Twitter?
You know what? I don't. I think Threads is going to quickly become oversaturated. Somebody posed a question today because there's so many people signing up, at one time.
Right.
You're going to kind of lose. He said that he could see you losing like stuff that you're interested in because so many people are signing up. You're just getting everything.
Correct.
Like on Instagram and Twitter, it's kind of catered to
what you want to see. Correct. Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's tough, man. With this algorithm world, it's really tough to kind of gauge.
I think in the beginning now, because when I open it up, it's all types of shit.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place. I think after, it kind of like dies down, I think they'll start getting the algorithm right. And, if you specifically go in there for some shaky buns, they're going to, as soon as you open it up, it's going to be shaky buns. You know what I'm saying?
I already saw some shaky buns on my thread. Y'all don't waste no time.
Because honestly, man, a lot of people go on Twitter for the shaky buns.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? They got some quality shaky buns. I don't know.
That's the word on the street.
I mean, it's just the word on the street is
I might have told him that.
Word on the street is that people go on Twitter just specifically for the shaky buns. You know what I'm saying?
The shaky buns is alive and well on Twitter.
Yeah, and then it's no holds barred on Twitter. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
It's definitely the Wild Wild West.
And nobody cares. It's not. It takes a lot for you to get banned.
Yeah,
on Twitter,
and it don't take nothing for IG to ban you or Facebook.
Right.
So
I think I think in one of my promo videos I said the F-bomb and it was like strike motherfucker. Yeah. Watch it out. You know what I'm saying? So IG is definitely much more sensitive, but in order to compete with Twitter, I feel like you have to have that be able to have explicit, because my whole thing is kind of like, all right, I'm just stay on Instagram then. Yeah. If that's the case, I mean, you gotta be able to be explicit, because that's what people like about Twitter, that I can say whatever I want, when I want, how I want,
show what I want,
and there's no repercussions for it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, just just from based on what they give us for Facebook, Meta, Instagram, the sensory is high. Correct. It's strong.
Correct.
So that's what makes me say I can't see it right now.
Yeah.
But you're right. You got to compete, because Twitter does that.
Yeah.
Twitter, Reddit, all that stuff. You can show whatever. So
right. So I think that's where it'll make a big difference, because a lot of people go on Twitter for that specifically, and if they can, it's kind of like, I'm just going to stick to Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And it's the funniest thing I've seen, right? And it's genius, but it's just kind of like, it's gangster at the same time. So if you sign up to Threads, right, the only way you cancel the account, you have to cancel your Instagram also.
Hijacking
bro. And y'all motherfuckers y'all are not getting rid of y'all Instagram. So it's kind of like, you know what? I guess I'm stuck with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's going to hold people.
Absolutely. That's gangster.
That is gangster. Yeah.
That's gangster.
Hijacking people's accounts.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You cannot, in order to get rid of this app, you got to get rid of your IG. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is shit. People got like 1,000 posts on there, their whole life on there. You think they're going to, just because your app, they're going to keep it, regardless whether they're using it or not, they're still going to keep it.
Yeah.
So now you have that.
What I'm interested to see too is how they're going to do like how they're going to pay out people like influencers and stuff. I wonder how that's going to work.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Yeah.
Because Instagram was big with the influencer marketing and everything.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how Threads is going to create something that could pay out.
Yeah. But I don't know. A lot of people were saying that they don't really see that much money from Instagram.
Not no more.
Yeah, not no more. I
no
remember
more.
in the beginning they were.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of like, I don't know how much it is, but it ain't nothing crazy.
I could be wrong, but I think they said they stopped like monetizing reels now. So yeah, they cutting back on that.
Yeah, they're cutting back. Yeah, I gotta find motherfucking content creators gotta find a new hobby.
Yeah.
Either that or get cuter or something.
Create some dope stuff.
Right.
Just the cookie cutter shit.
Right. Just not, I went to Starbucks today.
Yeah. Oh man.
Look at my croissant. I decided to get a grande today. I'm tired nap.
Yep.
You mean like I'm just kind of like, yo, and I know people like that. And I'm just kind of like, yo, bro, how is this content?
People eat it up though, And there was a time where they was getting paid for that shit.
It's wild. But I think everybody's starting to get hip to the game.
Yeah.
All the vlogs and all that stuff. It's kind of like, yo, bro, I don't want to see you vacuum your floor.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you do house chores. Like, I do it too. Like, big whoop. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you brush your teeth. Facts. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's just like mindless content. And we'll see what happens, man. But But that's all I got for this episode.
That's all we got, man.
Bro, dog, I thank you. I thank you for pulling up, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Scooter's gonna be a regular on here. He's gonna be helping me out. Let me know what y'all think of my dog Scooter.
Rate me.
Yes, rate my dog Scooter. He's gonna be on here a lot. He's gonna be helping me out a lot. We got a lot of things in the works. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be different stuff. You're gonna be looking at the podcast and be like, damn. What is he doing? This is magical. It's
time to turn up.
Right. But I want to thank y'all for joining us for another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm your host, Steve. That's my dog, Scooter. And we out. Later.
Peace out.